Well, hello and good morning, and welcome to Affirmations with Lucille. Today is day 23 of 90 days of affirmations with me, and I have 3 more affirmations for you. I'm so excited because we're starting a new week, and today starts our next anchor affirmation. And it is I invest in myself, knowing I am my greatest asset. Now, our next 2 affirmations are our daily affirmations, and they are I am evolving into something unrecognizable yet glorious. And lastly, I lead with wisdom and grace, knowing I am the head and not the tail. So today, as I think about this affirmation, the first thing that comes to mind is that when you invest, you are committing something. Whether it's money, capital, or time, you're committing it towards your future in the form of financial gains or benefits. I'm using this affirmation because I know that I have not always held to this, and I need to be more mindful of how I invest my time and my money. How many of you can relate? For me, there have been times where I'd complain about how much that gym membership is, and then that very same day, I will go and purchase a venti Starbucks latte and 3 scoops of ice cream, neither of which helped me get any closer to my goal of weight loss. Or what about the times when I complain about how much I have to do during the day or around the house, but instead I find myself lounging on the couch, binge watching Netflix and watching Wednesday? I'm here to tell you and myself to stop and refocus I'm here to tell you to stop and refocus and reinvest in yourself and in your future today. If focusing means you pay a little more for the gym, turn off the TV and phones to read, or even spend a little time undistracted with loved ones, there is nothing more important than that. All these actions are deposits into your life that will bring significant return. Remember, you are your greatest asset. Moving on to my second affirmation for today, I'm evolving into something unrecognizable. Much like the butterfly that evolves from a caterpillar to a butterfly, I am evolving. I chose this affirmation because I want to be unrecognizable, not only to myself, but to others also. All too often, I find myself doing the same things, and expecting a different outcome. Insanity. I'm evolving to become something else. This means my habits are changing, my thoughts are changing, my emotions are changing, my spirit is changing, and all of these things are aligning with what God intended for me. I am transforming into something glorious, like the glorious emergence of beautiful butterflies. I'm spreading my wings and giving life to my newfound purpose. And lastly, I lead with wisdom and grace, knowing I am the head and not the tail. This is today's Bible-based affirmation, and it is coming from Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 13 of the King James Version of the Bible, and it reads, "And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them." So in this verse, in this particular part of the Bible, it is a part of a larger speech that Moses is giving to Israel before they enter the promised land. In this chapter, and the first 14 verses of the Bible, of this chapter, it depicts a blessing one will receive for being obedient to God's commandments. However, the last part of this chapter speaks on the curses of disobedience, right? I highlight this particular verse because it speaks not to striving for status, but rather walking in alignment with God so that my life reflects His order and His blessings. God orders for us to be above only and not to be beneath. When it states head and not tail, this means that we are leaders. We have prominence. We are not subservient, nor do we come last. However, we must always remember that this is contingent upon whether we follow God's commandments. And how do we learn this? How do we learn His commandments? By reading His word for our own understanding. I want this affirmation to affirm that I am a leader who doesn't lead blindly, but I lead with a heart that is guided by the will of God, and that I am open to learn and improve, giving grace to those which I lead and being gracious to them, just as God is gracious to me. And together as God's people, we will have the continual elevation and not the occasional victory. This is what that affirmation means to me. And so that is all I have for you today. Let's go through those 3 really quickly. I want to make sure that you all are saying these affirmations with me and really letting them rest in your spirit. So repeat after me. Number 1, I invest in myself, knowing I am my greatest asset. Number 2, I am evolving into something unrecognizable yet glorious. And number 3, I lead with wisdom and grace, knowing I am the head and not the tail. Well, that's all I have for you today. You guys sound great. Y'all be